Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show and another possible information sharing in here. And thank you for watching, and we appreciate your presence in here, and do share this video in your timeline, and we appreciate some of the information we're sharing with you that will help you to explore and find new opportunity, of course, with VSA method. And for those of you who've been supporting us using our VSA 360 as well as our Smart Robie, we thank you for your contribution, and we have something very interesting to share with you this morning in here. Is no other than some of the new features which will be releasing in a couple of days on the 2nd of September in here. So take note, lots of great things. And let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in our breakfast show, exploring the power with VSA 360. Of course, this morning what you will learn is buying on a simple pullback, because right now we have talked about the market correction last week. Those who've been following me, as soon as it hit the 200-day moving average, and of course if you have heard me talk about it also on my every Wednesday, Friday and Monday morning podcast on our Telegram channel, you will probably hear me sharing with you some of my own insights, how I see the market in here, and how you can use VSA together with Pentagon Guider to help you in this market to navigate through. Now, what is market correction? For those of you who don't know, of course, for our members who's been following for you probably know this is actually a buying opportunity. But how are you going to use that, right? Do you use Pentagon Guider, stock selection to buy that? And what are the things that you want to look at to buy that? So this morning we're going to share with you some of the things that we have looked before in the past, right? And how we're going to be looking into it today, right? And let's see this also look at some of the opportunity this morning to see what's going to be in turn coming to next week. So we're going to look back in the past, how we felt we have done before using the VSA 360 in here. Now, one of the key things is able to get hold of our VSA 360, and right now we are having the free 10-day trial. That's right, try it out with a free 10-day trial together with a half an hour training from 1 hour training here to get you equipped and also explore this market, as this market correction will give you an opportunity to buy on what we call a simple pullback or buying on dips. Now, usually we recommend you to back test it so you have this in your arms and hope to do better, because the kind of opportunity you make it, and which I'll share with you, just looking into last week, you're going to make significant gain enough to pay back for the time and investment you have put in. If you're inexperienced, this is definitely very suitable for you, as VSA 360 has done a lot of the work for you in here. Join our program, or at least try our 10-day trial in here to learn more. Now, of course, our Pentagon Guider strategy, which we have, and something that we may continue to go through the particular sideways market. You could see we have IJM, we have Chrono in here, which is still down about minus 5.5% in here, and 0.6 because of the sell-off that we have, also taking a cue from the US market as the market hits it and then retrace back in here. So it's still holding up in here, and we're still beating the KLSE. So check it out if you want to follow us on the QR code in here on the investing note for our Pentagon Guider, real money, real trading. And of course, we like to hear your feedback, how we can improve this work that we are doing in here. Love to hear your feedback, and that's a QR code in here, how we want to move forward. And of course, the flagship product that we'll be talking about will be our VSA 360, and again, more in our Intraday Alert to share with you. If you have not used our Intraday Alert, this is really an opportunity to do that. So in here, all right, let's look at the VSA 360 this morning and see some of the things that we should take note of here. So this is the VSA 360. So let's look at the dashboard. Right, as we can see here, the KLSE is up 11 points. All right, that is significant in here. And some green Pentagon news in. We want to take a look. PNB Tech. It's a green Pentagon counter here. Third quarter, so you can click on that one. That will take you to PNB Tech. There you go, which is a green Pentagon. And if you have gone into this stock at 260, 350, wow, that's a significant amount of trade. Of course, not all trade works. That's right. That's what it's very important, and for you to read the setup. The setup is important. You read it. If the trade does not, occur where this is where you want to be out. So right now you can see this trade 250. That's almost a 30% move for PNB Tech in here. Also, it's rated 4 which does tells you this is a pretty good stocks with the ROE of 23%, 0.35 in here, safety level in here. So there is some safety level of 11%, but we like to have it 40%. So this is definitely one of those stocks which is growth, long term, and gap, which is growing, growth company at a reasonable pricing in here. Take note, this is something why VSA 360 is pretty good, and you can find stocks very fast from here. All right, so we were there, and there are a couple of min in here. So, but we want to talk about is this morning is the alert center in here. So click on that one. So we have Tune Pro turn red pentagon, ScoreNet turn green pentagon. Interesting enough. All right, Tengaga and Malakoff, that was yesterday, which is also part of RHB Jewel watch list. All right, let's take a look at ScoreNet, which do medicals in here, are not available because of PE of 37 and the ROE of 9, pretty pricey in here, but the analysts like it. As I said before, giving it, this is on the 24th of August, just 2 days ago, from Malacca Securities, giving it 151 upside, just a slight upside of 5% in here. But probably this stocks move up due to the Malacca Securities giving it a rating. I have to think. Take out the uptrust. This morning is down slightly because yesterday it went up a fair bit. That was almost up, I think maybe 4 or 5% in here. It's a green pentagon in here. If you like this stock, definitely this is one of those growth stocks in here. Yeah, that's right, a growth stock with growing revenue in here. But again, all growth stocks generally are a bit pricey in here. So that's something you want to take note of. What else we have? We have Malakoff, Tesla turn red pentagon. We have Alibaba turning green pentagon for the US market here. Core K Power YBS is green. This is RG Jewel list, ATNINS. So you got Amada, which we're going to be looking at Amada, right? This is on the 24th, but we did find out on the 19th itself. It actually turned green pentagon shortly in here. Some of these lists in here, but we will explore some of these. So there's 4 new alerts as of this morning in here, and some new features we will be talking about starting on the 2nd of September. So make sure you catch up, and for those members who have it, the new features will definitely benefit you and put you in a better state in here. All right, so let's take a look at the other dashboard that we have here. Switching back to my dashboard, and we can see here energy sectors has definitely, because of the oil prices have started to move up, and this is the dip that we were talking about much earlier, right? When the market started to go down, you can see foreign fund was selling, and there was a massive foreign fund selling, about minus 91 million, which they have not been, but the trend has been, they've been continuing to buy. You can see one massive, as they reduce it, and when they sell off, we have this big sell-off. But of course yesterday, the big U-turn, what we call the 2-bar reversal, right, that we've seen on the KLSE. There you go here. Let me just show you what I mean here. You can see this was a 2-bar. This was the 25th of August, and you can see it coincides with this one here, 25th August, and foreign funds. So you can actually see the relationship all in our VSA 360. All information will be very easy to understand. Of course, this is also in a sense live data. Right now market is down it's up 0.7%, and 658 million so far. You can see this market, it's going to test back the 1530, which I've talked about in here, but it did do what we call a chuchi. You can see, right, broke through here, right, because of the US meeting that's happening on the Jackson Hole, Wyoming, that the interest rate has not been priced in, and all of a sudden, you know, smart money managed to chuchi, right? This is what we have said, sapu the money in here. So it's important for those of you listening are aware of the activity that usually goes on into some of these so-called market, where they will attempt to force to chase you. And I like this because this is also an evidence when the market chuchi you. You can see this is this morning 26 in here, and you know, flush you out before it goes further up. And that's always been the case where I do notice, again from my experience, the market is ready to move higher. All right, so take note of it in here, and I'm going to be sharing you a couple more things in here. Also, let's look at some of the you can see all green, very nicely done. And so far, right, we have to be very careful in September. as I said before, the seasonality return for September is all red here. All red. That means this August looks like we're going to be a couple 5 more days. If the Dow Jones were to going up, then this will help. But if you look back from the Pentagon onwards, everything is red, red, red. Hong Kong just turned green Pentagon. They were the slow mover. You know, if you look in the scheme of things, you can go look at the Hong Kong here. And let's take a look in here and switching back to a 3-month chart. There you go. Finally, it turned green Pentagon after Chuchi. So this is where a late comer. Hong Kong is late comer. It will turn green Pentagon, and then eventually, I do believe all this will turn green Pentagon maybe next week. So keep in mind, once turn Pentagon again, which I've already talked about in here. Check my video that I talked about on my live Facebook on the market, US market updates on the largest wealth transfer. You have not, that will be significant because there's some information in here I'm going to share with you already. Watch the video on the YouTube. If not, subscribe to it. That will put you into a better position. All right, so we done this, and let's take also one of the things that just want to talk about is also the news, which is the news by Pentagon Flow here. So switch on that one, and you can see some of the news here. We just have to wait up. Yep, focus. These are the one that many of these are still in red. There's one in YTL, Green Pentagon in here. They're developing data center. All right, that's August 25th. You got CAP. All right, there's only one. Okay, 7-11 positive. So these are some of the YTL is turning neutral. Some of this, when you see sentimental news is positive and this green Pentagon, that's pretty good, interesting look like. Let's look at the 7-11, which already turned green Pentagon here. Let's look at the chart wise. Then you see that the market breaks up in here. You got a nice spring, maybe another next move in here. Again, 5 out of 8, that tells you this is a pretty good stock with the ROE of 66% in here. But we need to check it. Usually things that is very high, especially ROE, we got to be very, very careful about it. It does have high gearing in here. You could see in here. It's a long-term stocks. Having said that, okay, if the ROE continue to be this high, and you can see this market continue to move up in here. Okay, yearly return 2% only so far. So now it's 4%. Well, we'll see how this stock's going to pan out in here. 7-11 second net profit jump. No wonder lah, from 26 million to 1 million. So this is where a good VSA 360 will give you the 360 view of this market in here. Okay, let's take a look at what we have. We have a new sticker which we've done, and also the new stock screener which is new. And just be careful of the foreign funds if it does go a bit lower in here. If not, it does signify this market can go higher. Let's move on to the next one. Buying on simple pullback. Now, what is it all about buying on simple pullback? It's basically looking into the market at it is in the mid stage 2. This is what I talked about. This is the green Pentagon. Let me just bring it up here again. This is where the green Pentagon happened. You completed the stage 1. Okay, accumulation, then this market is going to move up, and you can see the low volume dip down, and this is buying on a simple pullback. All right, in our master class, for those of you who came, we talk about this a lot here. I just want to share one of the many pullback system that you have. This is a simple pullback. You want to look to the left hand side of the chart. You want to see lots of sign of strength, sign of weakness in here, and when you see a green Pentagon on mid stage 2, that's where you want to pull back. Of course, there are more details that is given in here, but we want to make things simple in here. And of course, you want to know those details before you pull the next trade in here. Enter the next day opening price is the rule, but we do share with you using our intraday Pentagon guider, intraday Pentagon. You can even enter early in the morning. You don't even need to wait until the next morning here. Use the market stages to determine whether it's bullish or bearish. For those of you who want to take it to the next step, and the peak value to look for the next support and target price. So let's look at the KLSE last week, which we talked about in here. You could see the 200-day moving average seems to be the resistance, and it's moved up 8.8% in here. Of course, when it does go more than 20%, we have a new bull market. But I think the time that is likely to break above the 200-day moving average, okay, which is 1530, would likely to happen next week. But take note, every time when you have about 6 or 7 bar above the red line, above the danger zone, this is the red line market stages, you'll see the market retreated back. As right now, as you see here, after so much, the market pullback, right? So we were spot on. That's why you want to use market stages to determine how bullishness and how bearish. Of course, there are times when the market is bullish. It can stay above the danger zone, which is the red line in here, and run significantly in here. But right now, the market pullback goes back to the above zero line here. That signifying this market is quite comfortable and likely to go higher. As I said before, in the morning podcast, you can see the 40-day moving average has been holding up very good this level in here. So take note, when the market dip below in here, right, there's a time where it's a dip below, just like starting to move up. So this is where this market eventually is going to go back to the red zone. If it does, it's going to be up here. So you know it first using our market stages, which is only available from VSA 360 in here, a tool that you cannot do without it here. All right, so if that's the case, holding above the 40-day moving average, the new bull market is still intact. All right, you discover it much earlier here. Now, the trading rules with the buying on a simple pullback it was done and completed by our members. Our members who done our 20-day trading challenge in here. They're making 28%, 23% on the month of June using the VSA 360 on the intraday in here. So you can try it out using our free 10-day trial in here. And most of the time, they're just trading on the breakout after the pullback on the simple pullback. And if the trade doesn't work out, you want to be exceeding in here where it does signify a possible fail SOS, because it's a breakout, it doesn't follow through, then you want to be out 3 or 4. But of course, if you are more experienced, you can run it back. But then again, we do recommend you to back test it. So make sure you're comfortable with the system in here, because a lot of people just want to get stock tip and not knowing why they are buying in here. And when you get into that kind of position, sometimes without knowledge can be very dangerous. So we want you to have that knowledge in here. Then you are self-sufficient, just like you're going out to do fishing, right? You have that knowledge in here. Now we want to look back at 1 week ago. All right, we always go back to 1 week ago and talk about some of the trades that either work out or didn't work out in here. So we're going to go back on to the 19th of July, which is really last Friday in here, and using the VSA 360 intraday stock screener in here. Wow, the KLSE was still green pentagon. So this is definitely an introduction to intraday day trading. Now, if you screen back, taking a snapshot in here, going back to the 19th, at 9:33, these are the Pentagon guided daily charts, right? Just like they turn on evening. Now we bring it into the intraday. You can capture it. First one was Armada at 9:44, so probably around just before 10 o'clock you will pick it up. Armada here. This is where PG daily, okay, PG daily, because this is working on daily chart, okay, working on daily chart, but it does appear intraday. It could end up as an upthrust during the day, but close off with a Pentagon full bar, because it had to wait to the end of the day. So here we got Armada, we got Dillium and Charimin. Alarm did not fit into it because it's only 3 cents, pretty volatile. MPI is too expensive, 33. So we picked those 3, and let's see how well we fare into this. Now, first one is the Bumi Armada, which is actually a petroleum stock. So we also see that the market stages for the energy sectors did turn higher too. So check it out on the VSA 360. If not, this is the time you want to get it. So you can see from here, it was an upthrust at that time, but at 9:44, okay, this was the end of the day, okay, but 9:44, just before 10 o'clock, it picks up at 365. And so if you are trading this or want to look at it, probably you have to be an advanced trader in here, because it is still below the zero level in here. And then of course, finally, eventually the market did turn green Pentagon, but so you went in very early, right around at 36.5, and it did hit a high of 39 cents, giving it a 6.8 potential profit. So from a 5K trade in here, that is a potential gain of 342 ringgit in here on the case of buying on a simple pullback. All right, so this is definitely an evidence in here. Next one is Dillium. All right, and spotted it at 61 cents just before 10 a.m. on the intraday Pentagon alert in here. Also, this one is a much better trade because it is trading above the zero line. So this is more suitable for beginner. And lot and behold, you can see that was on the 19th. As I said before, 19. And this morning, you check it out, it already hit 72 cents. That is a 18.8% gain all right, just in 5 days. That's right, giving you a potential of 942 ringgit from a 5k trade, which probably already cover some of your investment and time putting in on a case of buying of a simple pullback. All right, so that's a pretty good one, 18.8% in here. And last is Charimin. You can see this one picks up on did move above the zero level in here before 10 a.m. and again hit a 63-cent potential of 7.6% for a profit of 384 potential in 5 days buying on a simple pullback. All three trades make money. So we already simplified for you some of those stocks that you have. So the next level is doing a bit of time understanding and studying which stock do you want to pick, and eventually that could be your daily fishing for a meal. And that's always been what we want to share with you, the benefits that you get. So remember the Pentagon buy in here, I just want to do a demo. Very simple rules to follow on a simple pullback. Selected the stocks, we already done most of the selection. Do what we call a trade setup, understanding where the risk and reward in here with a profit target. We're even giving you the profit target in here. And the strategy you want to use is a mid stage 2 strategy, highly successful when it's green Pentagon, which is previously on the 19th. But right now it turned red Pentagon. We still have to be very careful in here. If not, try it out and backtest it using our free trial in here. And Pentagon Guider, the idea, I hope you all get it, is buying on a simple pullback like what we did on the 19th. Of course, we're going to be going back to this demo here. Let's take a look at what we have this morning on our intraday. Right, so you go on to the premium menu in here. You can see this is the one that you want to be using, Intraday Alert. And we have, oh yes, we did. Look at this one, IHH turn green Pentagon. Okay, IHH turn green Pentagon. Let's check out IHH just turn. What time did IHH turn green Pentagon? Okay, it turned green at 10:33. All right, 10:33. KTB turn red. All right, there are others previously we touched on, OTUT, so check out the old video in here, another strategy in here. But today's focus is buying on a simple pullback, so you want to use the green Pentagon. So IHH, IHH in here. Okay, healthcare, and you can see the earnings, right? So right now you don't see a green Pentagon because at that time when we pick it up was at 643. This is now 642. So if the market close back at 643 here, then it will be a green. Oh yeah, it's turning green Pentagon right now. You can see, right? Fall down, no, right? So this is real time. Right, this is real time, and the charts that we have for intraday will also show the same thing. So green Pentagon, let's take a look next week. But then again, it's $6. Usually I don't pick this kind of stock, $6. You want to pick something below 1 ringgit if you want to have that, you know, fast in, fast out, and that kind of return in here, like a fishing meal. So normally $6 is just good to sort of study it. But there are some others here you could see, which is SDS, overtake the UT in here. So this is a list you want to be looking at early in the morning. Oh, you got Bright here, 8 cents. Let's look at Astro, which is 86. Let's take a look at Astro here. So good stocks to be looking at. Yep, this is daily chart, right? Yep, it did turn green Pentagon, nice one in here, right, smack right at the bottom in here. But the trade setup hasn't been that great. You know, as I said before in here, if you want to take this trade, it's not too bad. And we can also check out some of the others that we have for Astro here. So Bright, Astro is one of those stocks which is, you know, not many smart money want to push it. Let's put it that way in here. But again, next week we're going to come back and take a look at it. Eventually to see today, 26th of August, what we have picked out, like what we did on the 19th. So our morning breakfast is always look back to 1 week and see if you have done those trades. How did it fare? And those of you who have been listening and following it will probably have some sort of an idea how our intraday thing work already. Okay, so these are the trade, right? And if you have it, if not, get our 10-day free trial, absolutely free, no obligation, with 30 minutes in here. More information, just check out, call our number there and find out more about it, or go to our website, then get more information in here. Okay, then let's go on to so the key thing here is more effective and faster. Now, if you are just a fisherman, right, and you're going to looking for fish in here, without tools, without the training, you're just probably sitting there all day. But a more efficient way and faster if you have 3 fishing rod. That's right, 3 fishing rod with a stand where you have more time. I think you'll get my idea. The idea in here, what is a faster and efficient way? And if the cost does cover it, why not try it? All right, right. So also the criteria is 47 cents, good volume, and you want to be targeting 8 to 10% in here. Sometimes you do get a nice run like this last week. We saw Dillium went up by 18% in here. So this is where the more skill that you have, the more returns that you get in here. Beginner stay on course, you want to target smaller profits in here, while experienced trader can run it a bit longer. All right. Just like our winner in our 20-day challenge here, ARIC make a 28.6% return, while the KLSE dropped 2.4%. So those are some of the success story in here. The intraday alert, I think I shared with you in here. We'll come back and look at next week. We'll just pick some of the morning one in here. You can see going back to last week. Let me just share with you in here. Okay, the intraday alert. Yep, this is on the 19th. All right, so I scroll right at the bottom here. You can see this is the whole list. You can see Armada, Dillium. So it's all there. You know, it's all there. It's nothing to write or rewrite. Metrics did turn green, Pentagon too. 229 on 4 o'clock. Let's take a look at metrics. This was, remember, on the 19th. Let's take a look at metrics right now. Of course, we can also click on here. I think it will be faster. Metrics, click here. 219 and then 230. Yeah, you can see here, right? Turn green, Pentagon on the 19th, right? Yep. You got in on the 19th itself. It did hit 240. So almost 5% in here. And you can see this morning it's up 0.86. Pretty easy. Buying on the green Pentagon and voila. Okay. So on the 19th, let's take a look. What price was it? 19 green Pentagon. Okay. So do this is the 19th. Okay. Look for metrics. Yeah, it's very easy. Just pick up the green one here. You can see metrics was 229. Okay, 229, which is just around here. See 228. 229 was the closing, and you just draw it here to the old high, about 5%. Okay, so if you're aiming much smaller, if you're a beginner, like a 3 or 4%, that's pretty good. All right, this is where you constantly roll in and roll out. All right, so keep that in mind if you're doing this in here. All right. Lots of opportunity. The question is whether you want to do the kind of work. Again, it's all fall back to the principle of fishing a more efficient way, just like our winners in our 20-day challenge in here. So of course, all our trade plans does give you the edge and able to explore market just like on here. And of course, tomorrow morning we'll be doing our masterclass. This is where we are doing the 5th of our final in here, new opportunity in the US market in here. I'll be talking about portfolio. You can sign up for 1 year unlimited pass and a 12-month membership in here, or you can just sign up for individual classes, which give you the flexibility in here. More information, more opportunity. Let's not wait for opportunity. If it does come into you, just like I shared with you in here, Dillium, 18.8% potential. I'm not saying it, giving you a $900 return in here. Right, and of course this is the QR code. Contact us as 266-9761 and use the QR code if you want to give it a 10-day free trial, no obligation of course in here. And if you're ready, sign up for our TradeVSA plan in here with a master combo plan as well as a plugin, giving you the first mover advantage in here. And more than 400 old people giving us a very good review. Thank you again for those of you who did so. We really appreciate in here. And yes, for the month of August, we completed what we wanted to do. If not, you can check out the video on YouTube on tutorial to follow how you want to do the pullback trade, which we talk about today. We're just touching on a simple pullback in here. And last Wednesday, which I talk about the largest wealth transfer in the US market. That's the one. So give us a feedback in here, and of course, one way to try out VSA absolutely free is review us on Google Review and get that free month, free membership worth 1,000 ringgit by just submitting your feedback in less than 200 words. What is your biggest takeaway today? That's all. A 1,000 ringgit price using VSA 360 plugin in here. Give us in here. And right now, of course, we want to be reviewing some stocks that some of the members in here have. I did saw one gentleman in here, a regular, I think Kelvin, talk about Apex Health. Let's take a look at that one too. Okay, and we will see. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done so. Let's take a look at the VSA plugin using A Health. I think, Kelvin, you have TradeVSA, right? The plugin in here. Yes. If not, give it the 10-day free trial. All right. So let's take a look at the Apex. Yep. This market in here still very nice. As I said before, continue to push up. No red pentagon. All right. I don't see any reasons you want to be out. Again, have a system. Okay. Have a trading plan in here. You can see we have the two moving average like a railway track. So this is pretty nice. Continue to push up in here. Again, this is also one of those buying on a simple pullback in here. You notice whenever you hit through this red line in here, right? The market move back and then move back up. That's a very good thing in here. You don't want it to move back to the red line. If it does move back red line, this is where you want to go. But of course, the best point to able to get in on the 4th of July itself. Without VSA 360, let's say you get in somewhere around here, going to today, that's already a 15% profit, which again, we have shared with you using that trade going back to last week, 19th of July, 18.8% return, giving you a 900 ringgit potential gross profit on a $5,000 trade in here, right? Some ideas that I want to share with you how you can really move forward. All right. If any stocks that you want me to share, let me know, right? And this is the way to move forward in here using the Pentagon Guider portfolio in here. All right. So that's all we have for today. And don't forget to follow us on the Telegram channel in here, and not to forget, tomorrow, for those of you coming to our masterclass, we'll be talking about the US market, where again, emphasizing the largest wealth transfer. If you want wealth, that's where you want to move your money into the US market in here. That's where we and the coaches here are with you, supporting to explore new opportunity in here. Let us do it together, which I'm already in, and let's find new wealth, right, in the US market. And it's always good to be earning in the US dollar in here, where we see our local currency continue to struggle. That's all I have for today. Thank you for sharing here. We appreciate your time, and I'll see you back on Monday with Breakfast Show using Smart Robie. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.